We just say,
Welcome. We got to say hello to the family. We got to put everything that we've been going through or that we went through before we got here.
come on, baby, because today was the day.
We almost didn't make it.
We left here last time talking about keeping commitments.
And this time,
baby,
we struggled, but we made it.
We struggled. We were late, but we made it.
I think
just
we're
for
late
you.
every time.
Well, today we were late because we had a lot to do.
Right.
It's a lot going on. So, welcome back.
Drop an anchor.
I'm your girl, Dr. Ellyn,
And I'm Foxxcee.
and you know why we're here.
We are here to dive into some topics with some Dr. Ellyn energy.
And some Foxxcee flavor.
That part right there.
So welcome to today's topic. And if you knew what was going on in our world right now,
I can hear it all in your voice.
you would
I'm
understand.
going to need you to, do you need to do some box breathing?
I need to woosah it all out.
Why don't
Okay.
you tell the family what's going on.
Okay, so right now, we just lost the matriarch of the family. Most difficult thing, right?
Always.
She lived for 97 years, so for that we are grateful. But now we have to say goodbye, and it's challenging. So we're trying to pull it all together. You know, I'm a perfectionist in my own right, so it's challenging when I have to do things because I want to show up for her the way she showed up for the family. So.
And in the mix of that, you got work.
I do.
Your son is moving into his own house.
Oh, he's transitioning.
And
Praise
you
God.
are doing a whole. You should have did a show.
Okay.
You should have did a whole
I should
real
have just
show.
brought the camera along with me, and you would have understood that there is a lot going on. But I'm here, and I'm grateful.
And then
So,
grandma, and we're trying to keep our commitments. There's so much going on, but before we get into why we're here, please, we need to stop and say thank you to Destiny Cloud Sessions for having us here. If you guys are looking to do a podcast or any photography, then we're going to drop all of the information below. Make sure you choose Destiny Cloud Sessions for your next needs.
You see, we got it going on here. Thanks to Destiny Cloud.
Right? And don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on those post notifications so that you don't miss an episode. Because if we're making every attempt to be here, even when the life is life,
Okay, life is lifing right now.
we want to make sure that you get notified that we made it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now let's get right into our topic. First, I need
Well,
to
first, you know what? I have to hydrate, right? Okay. You see?
please hold.
Thank you.
We
'cause I
need
feel-
hydration music.
or something, because I feel a little something. You know, I'm a little emotional today, but we're gonna make it through.
All right,
So that just means that today's topic is right on point. So we're talking about self-care today and the importance of knowing what that means for you and how, you know, you can restore yourself in times when you just feel overwhelmed, just don't have the energy, just burnt out. And why is that so important?
Because like your relationship with yourself is the most important relationship ever.
Right.
Like if that's not right, then your whole
Everything.
is going to be off, right?
Yeah, you can't show up for anyone or anything
Exactly.
when you're not right.
And self-care to me is almost like an antidote, you know, to stress. And once you are in that self-care realm and you are back and you're back, you are more prepared to deal with life's challenges. And that's why it's very important, at least to me. What do you got for you?
Well, restoration is important, just period, right? How can we show up? Like you said, how can we show up for anything if we're depleted?
Exactly.
If my cup runneth over, I have nothing to give you. But not only that, I have nothing to give myself. And then I keep piling it on and piling it on. And then here we go with health problems because, you know,
Everything. It's a domino effect. Everything
exactly.
just
So
starts
now
to-
you find out, why am I having palpitations, or why is my digestion off, or for that matter, the anxiety, I can't sleep. All these things happen. So restoration is extremely important.
It is.
But you know, the thing about it is nobody told us that.
No. I always thought that self-care was selfish.
Well,
like I felt like
yeah.
if I was putting myself first before others, then I'm being selfish.
Exactly.
But that's not really,
No.
what selfish means. Selfish is like the desire to take from others.
Right.
And self-care is...
It's not that.
It's not that.
It's the
so we're
exact
not
opposite.
being selfish. It's the opposite.
The what?
Hold on. Hold that thought. Self-care is about restoring your own energy.
Exactly.
So I don't think it's selfish at all. It promotes emotional well-being, and it's essential.
Exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm.
And, we look at our parents and our role models and examples. And sometimes when I look at it, I was like, my mom was always helping somebody, like always. When did she ever take a break?
She still hasn't, I don't think.
No, she doesn't know
the
how.
problem.
Exactly. So you think nobody ever taught us that at some point you have to take a break to take care of yourself or you will fall apart. But that's why so many people walk around with health problems because they don't know how to take a break.
That's how my grandma Addie was too. Always
Exactly.
working from boys' home to boys' home. She had the boys' home set up in her own home.
Right.
And she had a whole nother house was the boys' home. And it was
Exactly.
always working. But now looking back at it, I do remember when she take us all to Glen Ivy for the
my
summers.
goodness.
That was her self-care
Right.
and being around family,
Her motive wasn't that.
That's another topic.
Exactly. But at the same time, she did enjoy it. And so you're right about that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where the water thing came from, because we have been water babies all of our
Since
lives.
day
And
one,
so,
yep.
I've been screaming lately, please, somebody get me to the water. I have to go to the water because at this point, I don't want to deal with anything, burnout
Right.
and any symptoms of that, because that's very, very dangerous.
And then you half-ass when you do it in a burnout stage.
Yes.
You're not even putting your full effort into
can't.
it. You're not putting your energy into it, and it's not even authentic anymore. It's just
Exactly.
like you did it just to be doing it. And who
Right,
wants- who
because
wants
you're
that?
robotic in that moment.
Exactly.
You're just going along to get along, but you are really not even present. You're just, just like you ever get in your car and you're going somewhere and your car drives you somewhere else. You're like, wait a minute, where was I going?
I can't remember where, but I did that the other day. I don't remember if I was coming to your house or what, but I was on the path to go to work. No, knowing I didn't want to go to work. I don't know why I was on the path to go to work, but yeah, your mind be...
Yeah, you just zone out and you just robotically function, and that's not good. So today we just want to, talk a little bit about how you can take a break.
Well, I want to say that I'm really excited to talk about this because part of the way that I fill my tank every morning is by listening to podcasts.
Okay.
I used to listen to my music, and I love listening to my music, don't get me wrong, but listening to the podcast, it helps like restore me, like hello, Art.
Okay.
Awaken and restore.
To transform,
right? You see how I did that?
You're brilliant.
That wasn't even on purpose. But anyway, now I lost my whole train of thought. So when I listen to my podcast, it fills my tank. And I'm excited because if you guys are here, listen to the DAA, I had to say it, I'm sorry. The DAA podcast, that means you are also on the journey to self-care. So
Absolutely. And you can find ways to take a 5-minute break, and hopefully you can go on vacation somewhere and really, really restore. But, taking baby steps, just taking a 5-minute break, just being present in the moment, just checking in with self is extremely important. And not only that, allowing yourself to not be okay when you're not okay.
Right.
We don't have to wear this mask all the time that says we have to be okay every day, because, baby, today I'm kind of not okay. I'm here. But I'm going through a lot in the background, and I'm over trying to suffer in silence and put up coping mechanisms and stuff. Look in my face. If I want to cry today, I'm going to cry.
Exactly. You
because
need that.
who am I trying to, what am I trying to prove?
It's an outlet, and you're going to feel a whole lot better afterwards.
Absolutely. So, if I scream a little bit or if I yell, actually, I yelled at a lot of people yesterday and today because they get on my nerves.
Thank you for not yelling at me.
Well, no, because it wasn't you.
Thank God.
This time. But just trying to be perfect and align things and make sure everything is right is extremely stressful.
Yeah.
So I am here to just say self-care is not selfish. Take those moments that you need to restore yourself. Don't suffer for nothing.
So can we talk about some of the sabotage? What is with my words today?
I don't know.
Sabotaging acts that we do that is the reason why we need self-care.
Oh my gosh. So when I think about self-sabotage, I think about actions or activities that we do that deliberately
Okay.
take us out of our path, to success, actually. So, we have to swerve and curve and all of those things. But I think about the root cause, not just activities that we do, but those root causes, some of the things that we've talked about in our previous podcast, like fear, lack of self-confidence, not keeping the commitments. It all aligns with self-sabotage. So you write down your commitment and all of a sudden you get distracted and you make that paramount, and take precedence over what you were just doing. I was doing that today. Not because
you're human. You're human. So we're not saying that it's never going to happen.
Right. The thing was, though, I felt forced into that because to me, the bigger picture was doing what was necessary to shine for my grandmother.
Right.
And so all of the things that I had to do to shift into that moment would be things that I would never do.
Right.
Because I know those are acts of self-sabotage. And not even having the time to prepare for this moment because I needed to handle that stuff.
And what has that done to your energy and your aura?
Today, I'm a little depleted, to be honest with you. I love this topic because it's who I am at my core, helping other people. But I am my own client today. And I need to really sit back and take a moment and breathe today.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, just looking at you, I can tell. So what I want to do, if you don't mind, is let's pause.
Okay.
And let's go do something for self-care.
Well, sounds great.
Because I'm going to need your whole energy to shift so that way we could be back to Dr. Ellyn and
Foxxcee. Because today something is going on, people.
Right?
But life is like, oh, by the way, you see my new haircut?
It's cute.
Is the bob bobbing, people? Because the bob is bobbing. That's one thing that's right today.
All right. So let's go ahead and take a break. Let's do something for ourselves, and then we'll come back and we'll talk to you.
All righty. See you in a moment.
Come on, lady. Let's go. We need some self-care in our life.
Let's roll.
That's better now.
Rest and restore. Okay,
We're back.
We're hydrating again.
That, I needed that. Why did you not tell me that I had this on my wrist like this?
What is it?
My hair tie.
Oh, well, I didn't know.
Anywho, we're back.
So we're back, and thank you for that.
Yes,
I really needed that moment, and I really needed to focus on myself for just a moment and kind of woosah and breathe it out, and not only breathe it out, but just let it out.
Right.
So
let's talk about to our family how we can ways to implement self-care, so that way they can breathe it out.
Okay. So for me, self-care looks like engaging in specific activities that are the extreme opposite of what I would do on a daily basis. So I'm always helping people. I'm always solving problems. So literally, I try to do things that are complete opposite, where I'm not helping anybody, I'm not talking to anybody.
Right.
I'm just literally in a moment of silence and focus completely on myself. So now most of the time it's meditation, it is going to the spa, it is going to the water, or sometimes it's just sitting in a room
And just
sitting.
yeah, being
And just
alone with
sitting
your
because
thoughts.
exactly. And so
When you do that, do you listen to any music? Do you have any like candles burning? Like, what does the whole setup look like?
well, I use a lot of essential oils.
Right.
When I'm doing things like that and doing healing practices, because they have different qualities.
I can't wait till we introduce that
Oh
to
my
the
gosh,
family.
these
That is coming.
audience, family, you will be so excited because these things are life-changing, and they're elements that are all around us every day, and little things that we can go do. And people think it's funny when I say go hug a tree. They're like, what? What does that mean? It's all restorative. So I can't wait to introduce you to some of that. But you guys got to vibe with me a little bit more so you don't get scared. So
And for me, of course, it is my fitness. It is going
that
to the
gym, baby.
It is the gym for me. And the crazy part is during COVID, I couldn't go to the gym and I was going to lose my mind. For real, for real. So I
That's
built
when you tricked me to work out with you.
I did.
It didn't work.
It worked for a little bit. But so I built a gym at my house. And now I have everything that I need to work out at home. And I'll never work out. I mean, I do work out at home when I'm training my clients, but I'm saying when it's for my me time,
Yeah.
I can't go to my gym. I need to go out into the element. I want to smell the sweat. I'm sorry, but it just does something to me.
Okay, but
not
that's-
like that, but you
But
know
that's
what I'm
like
saying?
me being out in the open with the sunshine and smelling
Yeah,
the
it's just like
the fresh air.
It's
It's
different.
the same thing.
And I just feel like I'm at my home away from home, and I'm working on me. I'm not focused on nobody else. Like, people call me the mean girl at the gym, and it's not like I'm really going to the gym being mean, thinking I'm all that or anything. It's just that I'm focused.
Well, it's
Like,
your
I'm
therapy.
I'm not here to be friendly. I'm not here. I try to smile. I try to give a heads up, but no, I'm focused. I'm in my
Exactly.
zone because this is my me time.
It's not a game.
It's not a game.
It's not a game. It's about restoration. And so it's great that you have found that, because so many people don't know
Yeah.
what that is. And so what I love about it is, I call you crazy, but you are so focused on
I am
that.
crazy. Y'all-
Well,
you
I
know
mean,
my
we
mama.
I know your whole family. I was born into it. But, I was born first, huh? I'm sorry.
Don't make me spit my drink out.
I'm sorry. That means crazy kid. Anyway, but so knowing what that is and how focused and dedicated you are to it is phenomenal.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so,
As I cover my fat.
listen, so it's one of those days, right? But we're not perfect.
No.
But the fact that you have found solace and restoration in that activity is amazing. And so we want to encourage other people to take a look at yourself and figure out what is it that you
What works
love
for
to
you.
do. What works for you, because what works for you is not what works for me.
Right.
Like, literally, you're like, come on and work out with me. And I'm like, I actually hate it.
But when I said let's go on a bike ride, you like,
But I
okay.
love it because now I'm outdoors in my
Exactly.
element, and I'm like, I'm going up this hill, and you're like, what? You know what I mean? I was like, come on, let's
I was
go.
like, I don't want to do that.
But so that's my element. When I'm out there, I need to be outside. That's why the gym doesn't work for me,
Right.
because I don't like to be in enclosed spaces. I can't breathe. I can't, I
While
can't.
I'm sitting up here soaking up other people's sweat.
Exactly. Why you loving
That
it?
just
I'm like,
sounds dumb.
ew. So.
Hey, it helps me release my stress and anxiety. Don't judge
But
me.
it's great, right? That we can, and we find ways to collaborate. So, I'm like, okay, I'm coming to the workout. But if I come to the workout, you got to go on the bike with me. So
Yes.
it works. So there's not just one thing that can help. But I encourage you, I can't even talk now. I encourage you to find that thing that works for you and then find ways that you can implement it, even if it's for 5 minutes at a time. Those things help.
Yeah. And then you look forward to it.
Exactly.
And carve out that time that's just for you, whether
Right.
it's a certain time of every single day, whether it's just every Friday, every
Right.
Sunday, whatever works for you.
Yeah, and just know when you've reached, the pinnacle. Like when you're there and you're like, I cannot take one more. The next person coming here is going to get it. Then that's a clue to like, okay, self-care break. So I work with a lot of teachers and educators, and what's sad is they have the highest incidence of burnout than any other occupation. But we need teachers, we need educators. So a lot of them are functioning in burnout. And now they hate their job. And a whole career and a lifetime of training, they're walking away. And starting new careers. That is crazy to me. All because nobody has told them there is a way to restore yourself. So kudos to, and I can't mention the organization, but kudos to the organizations that have brought me in to help the educators.
So you're helping restoring them so they don't walk away?
Absolutely. Deal with self-care issues so that they can be better and function better and continue to do the thing that they love, which is educate our children. So I just say, find that one thing. One thing. We're not asking you to find a whole gamut, but find that one thing that you love that can help you. Before I knew what my one thing was, I used to watch nonsense TV.
What's that?
Those wives and those people.
Oh, no, I thought it was a show called Nonsense. I was like, I missed that.
No, but really it was just, something because I'm watching it and I'm laughing because it's ridiculous, but
Reality
it has a
TV.
Purpose. Reality TV. And it has a purpose, right? But it made me not think. Because
I ain't gonna lie, I watch Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful. I'm sorry.
That's not nonsense TV. Those are soap operas.
I know. So that's why I didn't know what the hell you was talking about.
We were born into that. We've been watching that all our lives.
My grandmother used to make me watch it every single night. So I am still watching Victor Newman.
Hey, Victor. But I'm just saying, so it used to be TV. Now I'm finding that I can't even watch those shows anymore because I've grown past that.
And that's not a bad thing.
Right. So I'm just saying, find that one thing that will help you just relax, where you can turn your brain off and you can just focus on yourself.
Well, another example that I want to give you, I know you said find one thing, but I got more than one. My other one is setting boundaries.
Okay.
And that's not like an actionable step to where I'm going to the spa or I'm going to the gym, but it also is essential in self-care, because if you don't set those boundaries, you never have time to go to the spa or go to the gym.
No, that's right.
So I just wanted to add that out there as well.
Absolutely correct. And I will revisit my other one, saying no.
That's setting boundaries.
Saying no. And I will also say it's not a no, I'll never, but it's a no.
I can't right now.
Not right now. And if you can't respect that I can't do it right now, then that's a no forever.
Exactly, because you have to make yourself the priority.
Right. So, this has been so helpful today, just being able to talk about it and being able to share what I'm going through at this time and what our family collectively is going through. It's challenging, but you can get through it. And you can get through it authentically without using coping mechanisms. Because I'm going to tell you, a lot of the coping mechanisms that we have developed have anchored us into very negative behavior patterns.
And like what? Because when you say that, it makes me feel like you're talking about being overly critical of yourself. Like what exactly do you mean when you say that?
So instead of, this was me.
Okay.
Prime example. I would never express the true way I was feeling because I felt like I was going to hurt somebody's feelings. Or not only that, I wasn't taught to fight.
Okay.
So I had to learn to fight, not physically, but just learn to stand up for myself.
Yourself.
And so in doing so, when I would stand up for myself, I always felt like I was hurting somebody else or I wasn't being my best self because I could do that for you. And saying no meant I just chose not to do that for you.
So that goes back to making yourself a priority.
Yeah, exactly.
Because in order to be able to stand up for yourself, you have to believe that you number one.
Right.
Right.
And so I wouldn't do that. So instead of, I would go in a corner or to myself and I might cut somebody out, right? And say, 'cause I don't want to do this, but I would do it, but they would never know how I felt about it. I would just do it. So then people became dependent. That was my fault.
Right.
Because I never expressed to them, listen, I can't be there for you in that way at this time.
Setting boundaries.
Exactly. I mean, it's all the same, right? And so when I learned how to say no, I was like, whoo, but my no was loud at first. And no, I'm not doing that. It was really like, nope, not doing it. And with no explanation. Then I had to grow and be better, right? And say,
Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but.
Right. So then I got to the point where I learned to speak and say, okay, I can't do that right now because that's not healthy for me at this moment, or because these things need to come before that. If you can respect that I can't do it for you now, but I will be able to do it at this time, then we can work together. But if you cannot, then I'm sorry, we have to move past and do other things. So that was
At what point do, and I don't know, this might be getting off topic, but it just popped in my head. But I'm like, at what point do you show them how to do it so they can do it themselves and stop depending on you?
Do you know that people act like they can't do anything?
Just saying.
But
I'm
what
confused.
I also realized that my no forced people to
Okay,
do
because that's
things.
when I'm like,
Right. Because why would they if they knew?
Because
I was
you
going
continue to do it, right.
And because I'm a perfectionist in my own right, I'll say that a lot because I'm working through that too. But they knew that if they came to me, it would be done right. They wouldn't have to stumble through it. But then my no started to force them to realize that they could do it.
Right.
So inevitably it helped them.
you needed them to build their self-confidence.
Why you playing?
That part.
Because, baby, I was like, listen, I'm shutting down today. So rather than, instead of ignoring the call, because I'm telling you, people ask me how to put on their shoes and they've been putting them on their entire life. So wait a minute, let me check with her, make sure I'm putting this shoe on right.
Do I put the right on first or the left?
Now she said there's a process. So is this process? So, and I
Right.
appreciate that. I appreciate that from all my clients, the trust and all of that. But my growth tells me that I now have to be honest with you and say, I cannot do that for you right now.
And they need to respect that.
Please respect that. I will not do it for you. And I still will give you the same attention.
But I'm going to do it
it's
within
not
my
today.
time frame. It's on my own time frame.
Exactly. And that's helped me tremendously.
Yeah. Well, this has been great. I mean, it started off a little rough.
Right.
But I think that self-care moment got us some get back.
Okay. So good. Look, now we both.
Now we ready.
Let's go.
I wanted to share my final thoughts. What
Okay.
you want to share?
Well, no, you go for
Okay,
it.
well, I got to read. Hold on.
Oh, Lord. She reading today. She's trying to
Foxxcee's-
copy me from last time, guys.
Because I couldn't remember what I wanted to say.
And she's putting on her glasses.
Because I can't see shit. All right, so Foxxcee's final thoughts. First of all, how you work this? Yeah, it's mine. I still don't know how to work it. Foxxcee's final thoughts. Prioritizing self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. So remember to take the time to care for your own well-being, whether that be practicing mindfulness, decluttering your home, working out, setting boundaries, or simply just making time for yourself.
Who'd you steal that from?
I did not. That's me. That's
You-
what I'm,
you growing?
That's what I'm telling
Well,
you.
that's what I'm talking about then. That sounds like something I would have written out. Yeah, I think you took my notes.
Don't be mad because you didn't make no notes.
No, I did not make any notes. However, I will just say that self-care is an investment in yourself. So it is not selfish. It is taking the time to know yourself,
Right.
to communicate with yourself, and being brave enough to say, in that moment, I need a little self-care break.
Amen.
We're going to promote mental health. We're going to promote spiritual growth. We're going to promote health and wellness. And in order to do that, we have to take our self-care breaks. Care
Absolutely.
breaks, excuse me. Can't
There
talk.
we go.
But we appreciate you. We love you.
And don't think we forgot about the say my name, say my. It's not that. What's it called?
It is not.
We was gonna have a challenge. Remember?
Oh, but well, life start lifing. So forgive us for the
Just
delay.
start thinking of
But
some names. Right now, we want to call you family because that's what you are, our family.
Right.
But we want to address you how you would like to be addressed.
Right.
So please drop some ideas of what we should call our family, our extended family, and we want to have a challenge, and we're going to get some prizes, and it's going to get gravy later. Trust and believe.
So as you see, we're getting better each time, family. So continue to join us, continue to grow with us. We will continue to shoot you some tips. And if you...
And next time you're going to have homework.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah, we need to give them homework.
We have to give you some homework because we want to be able to witness the growth that you're having.
Absolutely.
Because you're watching us grow. So we want to make sure that we are tapping into you. We're checking in with you. We're making sure that everything that we're presenting to you is effective. And let's go, team.
And please, if you have any topics that you would like to cover, make sure that you drop that below. Please make sure you like, subscribe, turn those post notifications on. And I think it's time to drop the anchor. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.